There's certain things you check, well, everything you check a few times. There's certain things you check multiple times with multiple people. I think it was probably in the 4 o'clock hour, midway through, 4:15, 4:30, where you start to get the inkling. And I mean, I could look at my phone now and see when the initial text to Jarmo is. Can you confirm these reports of your interest in Gaudreau and his interest in you?
Welcome to a live edition of CBJ in 30, coming to you from the Chiller North, the site of Blue Jackets development camp this year because of the renovations being done at Nationwide Arena. The Blue Jackets out of the arena, but here at Chiller North.
It's a little later in the day of free agency. Just discussing with Jarmo. We're at development camp, obviously, watching our guys, and then there was some contact, I think, early in the day, but then later in the day it got real serious.
I'd gotten a call from someone in the media earlier in the day. When they hear rumors, they reach out, and typically don't respond either way. But somebody had asked me, this might be a long shot, but are you guys in on Gaudreau? And I'm like, this is the first I've heard of it. Not that I'm going to convey anything anyway, but it legitimately was, and to the point where I kind of thought maybe it was a crank call.
It definitely looks like New Jersey is the best fit for him, but I just received a text from a friend of mine who's pretty detailed insider, and he said all of a sudden the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, but the Blue Jackets have a lot of cash available, and they could do some crazy things today.
It's not a surprise that the Blue Jackets put their name in there. They've done this before, Pietrangelo, Mitch Marner a few years ago. But then things start to fall, and they find out at mid 4 o'clock, around the 4 o'clock hour, that Gaudreau was considering Columbus, and now everything's changed. And I don't think I've ever fretted over a tweet as much as I did that one, because this is going to just broadside so many people, not just in Columbus, but across the hockey world. But to put that out there, how do you frame this to keep it in the right context, but to also present the realness of it? This really is happening.
I had a speaking engagement. Hockey Ministries was doing a hockey camp, and I was going there to just share a little bit. But I was just going in and nothing was done. And then I said, you're going to have to text me because I'm busy the next hour. And
there was the thought that maybe Columbus was being used to drive up the price on New Jersey. Maybe they're being used to drive up the price on Philly. And then you start to hear Philadelphia is not even involved. And I think at that point, that's when it opened up, and you start to think, okay, this is a possibility. This is legit. Columbus is now in the running for Johnny Gaudreau.
His commitment to come here, wanting to be here and be a Blue Jacket. The more I talked to Jarmo, it looked like this is a real possibility.
It was around 6 o'clock, 6:30 or so, I sent Jarmo a text, are you still working on moves tonight? And now this one gets a response, and it's yes.
Literally got home, got changed, was getting ready to take my son to volleyball, and Josh Flynn called me and asked, are you still here? I'm like, no, just getting ready to take my son to volleyball. And he's like, well, you're gonna have some work to do. And I went, really? And he just said, yeah, Johnny Gaudreau. So I called Glenn Odebrowski and said, Glenn, hey, we got this, start a press release.
Then the phone was blown up during my speaking engagement. I gave my phone to my daughter because I didn't want to go up and speak with it. She said it didn't stop buzzing the whole time I was up there for about an hour.
Came into the office, and then, we got all the stuff, the release done and ready to go, and then it was just a matter of waiting, for the contract to be signed. And
Johnny Gaudreau, coming off the season he had, top in the NHL and even strength points, and the final answer, where would he end up, was
Columbus, Tony. It was Columbus.
You know what? I told my coaches, because we're always the last to know. So it was like, you know what? I talked to Paz, and I talked to Mac, talked to Craig Hartsburg, and you're getting texts from players too. Like they're excited. That's fun. Your players are energized. You can feel it. There's a good vibe around here and a lot of excitement. It's great.
We were actually leaving to Spain on Thursday morning. So me and my buddy woke up at like 3 in the morning Thursday, and he woke me up and said that you guys signed Gaudreau, and I was like, no chance, no chance. And I checked my phone, and all these messages and checked Twitter and all that, and I saw that we got Johnny, so I was pretty pumped. I feel like it was hard to scroll my phone. I think my hands were shaking, but yeah, that was the way I found out.
Nobody wants to jinx it for, right? It's that kind of move for this organization. It was probably 7 o'clock or around 7 o'clock before it's known to be a done deal. And you just get the sense that there was a hell of a party at the executive level of Nationwide Arena.